Today we're putting on the Ace Engineering bumper. So you gotta take all these bolts off. There are 8 of them. Then before you do that, you gotta take the back light off. The light has a standard electrical plug. And it should just pinch and pull off. There it comes. There we go. It's a good idea to wipe it down. Reusing the same bolts, we're going to put the tramp stamp on. Actually, we got the Cargo Master Congo Pro cage, and that bolts in right here, right in front of the old bumper. And luckily, the new bumper is going to use holes that are up here, so it shouldn't interfere. Awesome. Fingers crossed. Alright. Bolts out. Get the spacer. Okay. Alright, same thing on the other side. Alright, so I got the option with the 6-inch LED lights back here and here. So I need to shave off here so there's enough clearance. For the bolt plate, you got to drill out these 2 holes with a 1/2-inch drill bit. These 2 holes. After you figure out a way to drill these 2 1/2-inch holes, you're going to want to paint the bare metal on that and where you ground out for the lights, if you got them, on both the edges. Ace Engineering recommends Rust-Oleum truck bed coating. This is a public service announcement. If you got the license plate relocation bracket like I did, take off the old license plate bracket before you put on the bumper. It is such a bitch to get off afterwards. Thank you. Alright, now I think we're ready to put the bumper on. So we'll put the bolt plate on. Goes on top of the holes we just drilled. Alright, ready? Can't wait. There. Then you're going to put the bolts that came in the end back into the same spot. So these 2 go through the bumper, through the frame, into the bolt plate at the top. And these other 2 go through this hole, I believe. into the frame. Maybe not. Well, alright, got the bumper all installed. The two 1-inch bolts on the sides. You got two, I believe, 5/8 bolts on the bottom that go into that nut plate. These two on the back that go into the middle of the frame. If your Jeep was like mine, this close hole on the passenger side is too small, so I had to grind that out a little bit. And then there's the matching two 2-inch nuts on the driver's side. Now we're going to put on the tire carrier. We put the nylon bracket onto the tramp stamp with the cutout piece, with the cutout angle towards the driver's side, so it will go around the weld spot. Recommended to grease this up. I did not receive any from the manufacturer, so I'm using white lithium grease. Like so. You take the huge washer that wasn't attached to anything, and the nut, and you're going to want to align the tramp stamp and the nylon spacer cradle so that it fits perfectly around the lower bar here of the tire carrier. So now we're putting the Heim joint on the tramp stamp. One of the tiny spacers goes on top of it. Fits in here. It's going to go bolt with lock washer through the smaller spacer, through the Heim joint, bigger washer, and bolt. Alright, now we're going to put the Heim joint in through the tire carrier. You got two leftover spacers. The big one goes on the bottom, and the smaller one is supposed to fit in the top. Once you have the big one on the bottom and the small one on the top, put the bolt in with lock washer on top, and you put the washer and the nut on the bottom, and it's the same 3/4 inch socket to tighten the bottom. Now when the door opens, the tire carrier opens also. And that's how you get bumper and tire carrier on. Alright, next we're going to put on the tire carrier with the 4 provided smaller bolts. And once you get it to the desired depth from the tire carrier, you can tighten the nut on top, and that should hold it in place. And once you're happy with the tire carrier, get the tire back off, and we will mount the license plate relocation brackets. Got the first piece of the license plate relocation bracket. We're going to slide it on like so. And this will just permanently stay behind your tire. We have the other half of the bracket that'll slide in after you put the tire on. So we got to take the tire, snap out the center cap. So the license plate relocation bracket will not fit through a stock tire with the bolt on. So I have to take that off. The other half of the license plate bracket. And that simply slides into place. And the nut goes back on. And that one tightens with a 9/16. Alright. Now you put your license plate back on. You should be good to go. I'll show you how to put the Cargo Master Congo Pro kit back on. Take your legs, stick them back here. Should still fit over top of the bumper and between the frame. Once you fit it in, you're going to want to put this bolt back in. Now, back underneath. The H spacer back in. Between the frame and reapply the bolt. And these are a 3/8 inch. Alright, then you do the same on the other side. Alright, well that's my install of the Ace Engineering Pro Series rear bumper and tire carrier, as well as installing around the Cargo Master Pro Congo kit roof rack. Check out my next video. I will be lighting up or wiring up the two 6-inch LEDs, as well as moving the license plate and wiring that light up, as well as the third brake light, which is this little guy right here. Alright, catch you on the flip side.